Okay. It's health and wellness. Surprising causes of male infertility. Oh dear. On average, the typical man makes about 1,000 sperm every heartbeat. Boom. 1,000 more. Boom. 1,000 more. Boom. 1,000 more. Boom. Yet, a number of lifestyle choices, environmental factors, and chance events can sabotage the sperm. For instance, an adolescent groin injury, cigarette smoking, heavy drinking, intense cycling, and even using a laptop directly on the lap. Infertility, defined as the inability to conceive after 1 year of unprotected sex, affects 1 in 6 couples of childbearing age in the U.S. In 40% of the cases, the problem is with the man. In 40%, it's with the woman. And in the other 20%, something is amiss with both. Say Zev Rosenwachs and Mark Goldstein, fertility experts at New York Presbyterian Weill Cornell Medical College and co-authors of a 2010 book, A Baby at Last. Well, we all love babies. Since men contribute to infertility at least half of the time, says Dr. Goldstein, couples investigating why they can't conceive should start with a simple sperm count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 70% of male infertility is treatable, he says, and in about 25% of cases it could have been avoided with greater awareness of the lifestyle choices that can harm sperm. Testosterone trouble, for instance. Smoking cigarettes, heavy alcohol drinking, and using marijuana, cocaine, and opioid painkillers can all lower the level of testosterone needed to make sperm, or otherwise cut their quantity and quality. So can some commonly prescribed medications for high blood pressure, heart disease, stomach acid, gout, inflammation, bowel disease, enlarged prostates, and baldness. I'm surprised there's any babies born anymore with all that. In many cases, alternative drugs exist that don't hamper fertility. In many cases, alternative drugs exist that don't hamper fertility. Okay? Even extra testosterone can lower a man's testosterone. As many bodybuilders know, taking testosterone and other anabolic steroids can build muscles but shrink testicles and halt sperm production because the brain thinks the body has plenty and stops making enough of its own. Oh, we've got plenty. Let's take a week off. So the brain thinks because you're taking testosterone that you've got plenty and it stops making it. Meanwhile, in your testicles, nothing's happening. Just nothing. In most cases, normal sperm production resumes within a few months once men stop using the substances. Okay. Exposure to large amounts of radiation can also make men permanently sterile. When getting an X-ray or any part of the body, men should always request a lead shield for their testicles, says Dr. Goldstein. Okay, well, that's why they always do it. That's why my dentist always does that. Exposure to large amounts of radiation can also make men permanently sterile. When getting an X-ray on any part of the body, men should always request a lead shield for their testicles, says Mr. Goldstein. Well, now they tell us. But I've been lucky I had my 2 kids. Keeping cool. Men trying to conceive should avoid hot baths, hot tubs, and tight pants, since heating the testicles, even by a few degrees, can hamper or stop sperm production. Oh dear. Studies at Stony Brook University in New York have shown that resting a laptop on the lap can raise temperatures in the scrotum as much as 5 degrees Fahrenheit in an hour. Although most heat problems are temporary, researchers still urge men to use desks or tables instead. Got it, guys? No more laptops in the lap. Just put them on a table. Keep things cool down there, man. Exposure to large amounts of radiation. Oh, I read that already. An earlier Stony Brook study debunked one widely held belief, however. In comparing the scrotal temperatures of 97 men wearing either boxers or briefs, researchers found there was little difference. Trauma! Men of all ages should take care to avoid trauma to the testes, in part to avoid rupturing the delicate ducts that carry sperm and keep them shielded from the body's immune system, which would otherwise attack them as foreign invaders. Once exposed, sperm trigger the formation of anti-sperm antibodies which hamper their ability to swim and fertilize an egg. That's why wearing a cup for playing sports is so important, says John Amory, a specialist in male reproductive medicine at the University of Washington. It's not just to prevent pain. It's more important than I thought. Sexually transmitted diseases, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and other STDs can block those same ducts with inflammation and scar tissue, and they are rampant in the U.S., affecting up to half the population by age 35. Wow. Men with symptoms such as burning on urination or discharge from the penis should see a doctor as soon as possible to minimize long-term damage. Those with multiple sex partners should use condoms and be checked yearly for STDs, experts say. Diet and exercise. Obesity can thwart a man's fertility in many ways, lowering libido, reducing sperm counts, and disrupting hormone balance. This is in part because fat tissue produces estrogen, which lowers testosterone. Maintaining a healthy weight and diet can significantly increase a man's chances of conceiving a healthy baby, studies show. Are we paying attention out there? Strenuous exercise may hurt fertility, though. Men who run more than 100 miles a week have lower sperm counts and testosterone levels. Okay, no more 100. I'm cutting it down to 75 miles a week. Dr. Goldstein also advises male cyclists trying to conceive to ride for only 30 miles at a time, mainly to limit their time wearing tight bicycle shorts. And he recommends using a seat with a wide back rather than a hard, narrow one. You want more of your weight on your sit bones, he says. Environmental factors, some pesticides, heavy metals, and industrial agents also reduce sperm production. Less is known about the effects of bisphenol A, BPA, an estrogen-like compound found in some water bottles and other plastics. But some fertility experts tell their patients to avoid them. My daughter tells me to avoid them. Similarly, while the effects of electromagnetic waves on human sperm are not well studied, Dr. Goldstein advises men not to carry their cell phones in their front pockets as a precaution. Okay, guys, you heard it here. That's it.